Welcome to Wolf Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knitting Wolf, and this is Fuji, also known as Santa Paws.
Yeah, and I am James, also known as Santa Claus at Wolf Farms, or otherwise known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. Poor Food. She's trying to pull that off her head. Want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. Wanted to mention that we have, through the end of December, all of our seasonal fragrances are on sale at Wolf Farms. And you can get those for 25% off, such as candy corn, candy cane, Santa's Tree Farm. Here goes the hat. She's not one to like to dress up. Oh, there it goes. It says much better. But you can get 25% off all those through the end of December. So swing on by the shop, and I'm sure you'll find something you'll enjoy. So let's see what's on tap for this episode. Buddy, this is Buddy the Elf.
Buddy the Elf. This thing was. I bought it for James, so it goes to my knees.
Yeah.
Literally.
I was going to be dressed up as the elf, but... Definitely. But then we decided to switch roles.
Yep.
So Dawn didn't want to be Santa.
So this week's episodes, rewind, segments include... Farm happenings, what's cooking, lots of cooking, in the coop, flown in the coop, squeal like a pig, in the arena, and round up.
All right, this is going to be a quick podcast because we're not at the North Pole, and I can see why Santa wears all of this in the North Pole because it keeps him warm, and I'm going to sweat to death if we don't rush through this. So
farm happenings.
You see why I got jolly red cheeks.
I know, that's what I'm thinking too.
Farm happening. So
Well, Jimmy had an issue this week. He had blurred vision. Jimmy's our 16-year-old son, and he had blurred vision. So it's like, Kaiser, gotta love him. They wouldn't just make him an eye doctor appointment. We had to go see the pediatrician, full physical pediatrician, and she goes, well, they should have just sent you to optometry or ophthalmology. And I'm like, yeah, I tried that.
No kidding.
Tried for 3 hours on the phone trying to get them in, because they just told me for optometry, a couple months wait. And I'm like, this is a 16-year-old with blurred vision. Come on. And so we got in, and then, the doctor sent him right over to optometry, and they did the same stuff she did, and hello, trouble.
This is one of our reindeer.
This is our reindeer.
It's been out in the snow too long, that's why he's white.
Yep. So, he just had extremely dry eyes, because we live here in the desert, and the doctor said 99.9% of everybody here in the Antelope Valley has dry eyes. So, but you have 5 epithelial layers on your eyes, and he had rubbed with his contacts or something the top layer off. So he's got to do some eye drops. To a couple weeks it should be back to normal. So that was an experience.
Yeah, he doesn't like doing eye drops either, so that's always continued experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's got to keep those eyes moist and.
Yeah. So, what else?
Oh,
I've just been getting ready for Christmas around here.
Yeah, we've been
all the toys.
Busy at the
wrapping and baking
workshop. I've been cracking the whip on the elf here.
I just didn't get too many of them. Oh dang! What are them things that look like this and you?
Oh, the Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah, I didn't get my quota in.
Yeah, you're running a little slow, huh?
Yeah.
Things are dragging. Well, Jimmy and I had a day on the town on Friday. I took him to lunch. We went to Sonic and had lunch over there, and enjoyed that. And then we went over to the movies and we saw the latest episode of Hobbit, the Desolation of Smog.
Oh, you remember
Yeah,
that.
see?
Man,
Just saw it.
good.
And so, actually we saw that. It was a really good movie. Jimmy, I enjoyed it, and he thought it was better than the first. So, and so now I got the book out. I got to read, so because they're breaking it up into 3 movies, and so it like ends like 2/3 of the way, and I'm like, ah. And
They're like 3-hour movies.
yeah, it was 2 hours and 40 minutes, but yeah, it was good. We enjoyed it, but yeah, that was definitely worth seeing.
There's no way I could sit there that long.
No, it's a long movie. The next one,
I was busy, little elf here.
I was giving Dawn some peace and quiet so she could knock out some of the things that she needed to do while we're both out of the house.
Yep.
So all of the presents are wrapped now, except for hers.
I have no presents.
Have you been a naughty little elf because
naughty.
you got nothing under
I'm
the
an
tree?
angry elf. Call me an angry elf one more time.
Dawn's favorite movie, obviously, is Elf, so she fits the part.
Yep.
So anyway, so we went to the movies, and that was actually really good. We had a good time. And then I said next week I gotta take him to work for the day before Christmas. A big pancake breakfast, hoorah! So.
And you've been working on cars.
Oh yeah, that too.
I
Did
guess
you have
that
that on
would
the
be
list?
in the coop. No, I'm swinging it.
Oh, you're just winging it, huh? Do you want me to cover the farm happenings with the car? Or
I'm just blabbering away. You told me to wing it.
That I did.
We forget.
Yeah, I had an issue with the brakes last week. I was going to the feed store to pick up. Are you giving me a look?
No, I just.
I'm understating the issue, but I was going to the feed store to get some hay and some scratch for the chickens and stuff, and I had a brake issue with the truck all of a sudden. So
As in, there were none.
well, they were very. Yeah, it was an issue. I got the truck back home, but it turns out one of the brake hoses had actually ruptured. It actually had a hole in it. So, yeah, so it was not fun getting it back home, but I managed to get it back home. But I got the hose all fixed up, and we're stopping again. So yeah, that was a little exciting, but that was my Friday after it was before the movie. I did it before the movie, so.
And tires for the other. I mean, they're all just
Yeah,
their
that's
last leg this week, it seemed. I was stuck at home.
You were stuck. Yep. So yeah.
Santa's sleigh was just not flying.
I'm trying to keep you corralled so you could keep working on the etch-a-sketches.
I
You're so
know.
far behind. Guess I could put you in the product testing category.
Give me some syrup.
So I think that's about it in the farm happenings, other than, like I said, just the Christmas busyness.
Hoorah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like busy. Holiday season. Get to relax after Christmas.
I need to reset my clock.
Yeah, you do. You're still off.
I'm still on, what is that, spring forward.
The daylight savings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never. She's
I'm
getting
up at 4
early.
a.m.
Yeah.
Wait a week. Lots of energy.
Yeah, and then about 7 o'clock you see her going, I'm like, okay,
Well,
I
I
gotta
know
keep you
Bay
up till.
Area knitter. She's like, what in the world time do you get up? Because she's a California girl, too. They named me right.
Yep.
Dawn.
You like the mornings.
Yep.
So I'm telling her I'm gonna have to keep her up till 10 a couple nights so she can kind of reset.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen.
So what's cooking?
Yeah, what's good?
Lots of cooking. A lot more dog treats, and the one I did yesterday, Fuji actually sat there and begged for. She must have smelled that chicken and cheese, and
Oh yeah, 2 of her favorite things.
yeah, they were chicken and cheese treats, and then I also did beef treats this week, and I did a paleo gingerbread. Is it paleo? I can't see that.
It's paleo.
Yeah, gingerbread cookies, and it's made with the coconut flour that I can have, and eggs, butter, salt, molasses, brown sugar, ginger, cinnamon, and cloves. They turned out really, really good, and I'll post up the recipe. And
Yep, they were tasty.
yeah, because, I guess that would be gluten-free, too. Maybe it's from the gluten-free book. I can't see. Getting printed really little.
You want my glasses? You want to borrow my glasses?
Yeah, I do. It's like...
If I put these, if I go up like that, then I'll see everything will be a blur.
So I guess we're moving into the coop.
Into the coop. So what's in the coop?
In
Because you got stuff in the coop.
I guess. I thought I had more. Oh.
Well, I can start on mine. In my coop, I'm still working on the maple butcher block table thing for myself. I was working on that this weekend, trying to get it mounted because I had mentioned last week that I had gotten the old one disassembled, and so I actually was getting. I'm about halfway there. I just ran out of time yesterday afternoon, and so I set it aside, and maybe this afternoon. No, probably not till next weekend with holiday stuff. Someone's expecting presents under the tree, so I have to do something about that, and go talk to my little elf, my other helper elf, and we'll have to get things wrapped up for you.
Yep.
So, on to you.
Okay. So I worked on my Happy Scrappy blanket, and I'm kind of getting tired of showing it because it's kind of hard to show it. I have no idea how to show it, where I even was. But I did seven of the squares, so I think this whole line and then this one. So, yep, 7 squares this week. Not too many.
Coming along.
Yep.
Thank you.
And then I in my brown dog bag, of course, I have a noodle, and this is what I've concentrated this week on. Mm-hmm. And this is by Susan
Claudino.
Good job. No Knit Sherlock. And I got his body and his nose and his face done. That kind of looks funky. And I think I got...
So you get the ears on.
Oh, no, I did get ears. I got ears done. 2 ears. And then a leg. And this is just simply soft Karen yarn. And this is going to be for the oncologist. Mm-hmm. So, for Christmas. So that's why I've been kind of... kills my hand, because I use a size 4 and worsted weight.
Tight knitting
and I had first started it with 2 strands of this held together to make an even bigger noodle, but that just killed my hands, and so yep,
not so much.
There hasn't been that much knitting.
Yeah. Busy with the Christmas stuff.
Yep. So, flown the coop. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Remember this bag.
Yay.
We ordered a skein of Red Heart Light and Lofty.
Yep.
From Walmart, and it came in. So they picked it up on their way home from
the movies on Friday. So
I was able.
We did not want to delay so that she could finish up the
blanket.
It's a big heavy blanket.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I like that color. Mm-hmm. I love red. Ho ho ho!
So it is done. So now I can. I don't know what I'm going to do with this though. Maybe a hat or something, or maybe a mini blanket for a snuggle. Because the Sadie of the Yarnivore podcast is going to be having, starting January 1st, her yearly snuggle project, and so that would be a perfect snuggle.
There you go. Yeah, we picked that up on the way home from the movies, and you ordered online, they ship it to the store, and then it's like, I have not had any luck trying to do that ship to store stuff. Yeah. And not because it doesn't get to the store, but once it gets to the store, trying to get someone to help you to get it.
Yeah.
We had to wait for like 30 or 40 minutes, but and Jimmy's is not very patient, so he was hanging out with me while I was trying to wait to get it, and that was fun.
So, to market. I haven't had a to market in a long time, but I got some Christmas money And Craftsy.com was having a sale, and so I got 4 skeins of Cascade Heritage for the Wall sweater in this charcoal gray for $25 to make a whole sweater
quantity. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Whew. And then a few weeks ago, I had made James some duffers. They lasted and I had done those in Lion brand, fisherman's wool. They didn't even last a week.
I wore them for several weeks, but I think I wore
No, it wasn't several weeks. It was like a week. And holes in the bottom. And I had held the yarn double. So this time they had Cascade on sale for like $4 a skein, and they had 2 colors I liked, so I got the charcoal and then a light gray. Cascade 220. And so I'm going to, for the bottoms, I'm going to try them again because it's a really fun pattern. I'm going to try holding it 3 or 4 strands together for the bottoms, and then the tops. So hopefully
that'll felt better.
Yeah.
I think the problem was the fisherman's wool didn't seem to felt as good as the Cascade does. So, because I know you'd made me a pair that lasted a long time out of the Cascade.
Yeah. So.
But I think you had it was 2 layers of double knitting. So
for the clogs. Yeah. Those last a long time. For most people.
Except Santa. He's a little rough on his felted slippers. Huh?
So, squeal like a pig.
Yeah.
Let's see. Squeal like a pig. This week I received a package, and Fuji received a package from Renee Loves You, or she's U's Creek Cottage. Different social medias, and she sent some snuggles. She sent this one to donate. So this will go in the pile. And she already had sent another over there. Gotta find the other one. And then she sent Fuji one, which Fuji had it under the tree. She's had it on the couch. And it's her favorite color. The green one. She's probably wondering where it is right now. And
see, now that we've shown it, now we can...
Yeah, I can give it back to her. And then a sweet book, a notebook. So, really awesome of her. Thank you, Renee. She's a sweetheart. And then I received another package, and mailman finally delivered it. And this is from Julie, and she is Evie and Lily. Oh, that was the cue card from Renee. I got it. There it is. Even I got to show you the card Julie sent for Fuji. How appropriate is that? That just makes me laugh.
Chihuahua.
Ay, Chihuahua. So Julie sent, and she said these were belated birthday gifts, and because she's in the UK, and this is Polworth Mulberry Silk in the pink roses. Look at that.
That's
Isn't
perfect.
That gorgeous.
Dawn colors, green and pink.
I told her it's gonna probably spur me to get back into my spinning. Just haven't. And then a cool tea towel. Because I follow recipes so well. Maybe this is a hint, huh? And that was this was wrapped around. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get back. I'll get to the knitting. And then a gauge. What is it? Gauge checker. That's what I just didn't sound right. Awesome pink.
Yeah.
So that's gonna go in my notions bag.
Cool. Always use one of those. If you're checking gauge.
Yeah, if you can. And then the tea towel was wrapped around this little container. And this, see, it's gonna make me cry again. This is so awesome. Julie made this. It's a little Fuji. the collar, the red collar with the little silver heart, and then the lymphoma green
ribbon.
Mm-hmm. The parts move. Isn't this so awesome? Isn't that sweet? This is going on my mantle where I can see it all the time.
It's awesome.
It's just so cool. I am just blown away. It's just
made out of felt.
It's felted. That is so awesome.
It's so cool.
So thank you, you guys.
Yeah, she hasn't stopped talking about it since she got it. So.
No, I was so excited. I showed it to my dad, and he goes, "Oh, is that a koala?" When I said, "Look at the little Fuji," and he goes, "Is that a koala?"
Yeah, Fuji's changed.
Yeah. And then we were gifted some patterns, and I'm going to bring those up so I can show y'all. I better go in order because you know me.
Yeah, you're going to get...
From Mad79, which is Melanie, our really good friend. She sent me Measure in Love, and it's a hat pattern by Megan Williams. Megan of the Stockinette Zombies. Which is pretty. This is in honor of her sister. So this is really cool. Can't wait to knit that. And I think it even comes with the cowl too. Yeah, it's a cowl and hat. So you can make the... So it's like 2 in 1.
Awesome.
And the money from this pattern goes to the... Oh, what was the name of that organization? Oh, Women's Health Network. In her sister Melissa's name. So last year they were able to raise $2,000 for the For Good hat. So that'd be really cool. If,
excellent.
You know, so that's a really cool gift. So, and she gifted you.
Yeah.
The
Waiting for Winter Mittens and Fingerless Mitts pattern
by Susan B. Anderson. That looks like a good beginner knitter mitt.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Me, a beginner
really
knitter.
Cool. Ooh, I like them in the stripies. Oh, that's cool.
Oh, you just flipped it off the...
Oh, well. Pooh.
Oh, well. But, so, thank you, Susan. It's,
No, Melanie.
Oh.
Susan wrote it.
Sorry, Melanie. Mad79.
Yep.
Our buddy. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Have to get some knitting on the needles one of these days, huh?
Yeah, you still got your socks sitting
I
over
know.
there waiting to start.
It seems like it's been so busy I haven't had time to...
Wipe your butt.
And you've been falling asleep at 7, so
Yeah.
I'm going to need some help getting started.
Yep. So then this morning I was gifted the Ripkin by Melanie Berg. And this was from Amanda, who is Elizabeth Quinton. And she gifted me this cow pattern. Isn't that cool? That is one long cow.
Cow?
Moo. Cowl.
Not a cow, a cowl.
Cowl. A scarf attached to each side.
There you go. That is long. That's
isn't that
super
long?
long.
Yeah, you can obviously wrap it. She has it wrapped in this picture. So, I hadn't seen that pattern. That's really cool. You know, and the 2 colors would keep it interesting. And so that was really awesome. Thank you, Amanda. And then Crafty Girl 83, and oh, this is so pretty, sent me the Cassis. I'm assuming that's how you say it, or Casis, by Thea Coleman. And it's a cardigan. Ooh, come on. It is so pretty. It just looks so comfy to throw on. So thank you so much, Dana. And wait a minute, you got to see the back. It even has a whole back detail. Why is this being so slow today? Probably because my son's playing Steam. Look at the back. Look at that detail on the back. Isn't that pretty? So, ooh, that looks like a...
Pretty awesome.
Isn't that neat? That looks like some fancy yarn. Oh yeah, it was done in plucking it or MCN. No.
No?
That ain't gonna happen.
It'll look like a fun knit though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool. So thank you so much, Dana. Squeal like a pig. Then we got some cards from Lauren, and Julie sent a Christmas card too, and so.
Yeah, I gotta get by the post office. I haven't done.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that either.
Yeah. Didn't do that Friday. I was at the movies.
Yeah. They were at the movies forever.
3 hours. So is that it for the
That was it for
Squeal
that.
Like the Pig? Okay, into the arena.
Into the arena.
Yeah.
I want to mention Rosie Retro is 100% of the money from these stitch markers go to the Fuji's medical care. I link these every week. She has 2 different designs. If I can get it to come.
The rings or the, what does she call
Drops,
them?
I think. There we go. And
Awesome.
then Fishnets has the Fuji Fight.
It's cute.
I am not
It's
doing-
all over the
there we
place.
go.
There we go.
The Fight Like a Girl colorway. So, yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then we have the Hatchinette going on.
Oh yeah, we're
And we have
the soccer
soccer
along.
along.
If you guys are finishing up your socks, you got only about a week left, maybe a little bit more. To finish that up to get into our soccer alongs. There's a lot of prizes that we'll be giving away at the end here.
Yeah,
Got had a lot of good stuff. So if you've been watching along, I think we've been showing the stuff that we got to give away. So and that's coming up to the end. Whew, almost the end of the year, almost the new year. Just
Hopefully
like that.
it'll be
This
better.
year went by quick.
Yeah. So now I'm going to, I was making sure I had covered everything because I tend to skip over. Trouble loves to lick plastic bags. I mean, he will sit there forever and just the Walmart or Target bags.
He gets excited when we get home from shopping because he hops up and he licks the bags. His
cat.
Yeah.
So every year I read this little poem. It's kind of a tradition now on the podcast. And it's 'Twas the Night Before Christmas with a twist. So I will read it.
All right. I will let you.
Okie dokie. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all around me was unfinished knitting, not under the tree. The stockings weren't hung by the chimney with care, 'cause the heels and the toes had not a stitch there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, but I had not finished the caps for their heads. Dad was asleep, he was no help at all, and the sweater for him was 6 inches too small. Diet. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I put down my needles to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tripped over my yarn and fell with a crash. The tangle of yarn that lay deep as the snow reminded me how much I still had to go. Out on the lawn I heard such a noise, I thought it would wake both Dad and the boys. And although I was tired, my brain a bit thick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. What I heard then left me somewhat perplexed, for not a name I heard was what I expected. Move Ashford, move Lopi, move Addie and Clover, move Reynolds, move Starmore, and Noro, move over. Peyton, don't circle around, stay in the line. Come now, you sheep, you'll work out just fine. I know this is hard, being just for your first year. I'd hate to go back to 8 tiny reindeer. I peered over the sill, what I saw was amazing. 8 woolly sheep on my lawn, all a-grazing. And then in a twinkle I heard at my door, Santa's coming across the porch floor. I rose from my knees and got back on my feet, and as I turned around, Saint Nick did I meet. He was dressed all in wool from his head to his toes, and his clothes were all hand knit from above and below. A bright fair isle sweater he wore on his back, and his toys were all stuffed in a raw knit sack. His cap was a wonder of baubles and lace, a beautiful frame for his rosy face. The scarf around his neck could have stretched for a mile, and the socks peeking over his boots were argyle. The backs of his mittens wore an intricate cable, and suddenly on one I spied a small label. SC was duplicate stitch on the cuff, and I asked, "Hey, Nick, did you knit all this stuff?" He proudly replied,
"Ho, ho, ho, yes I did. I learned how to knit when I was a kid."
He was chubby and plump, a quite well-dressed old man, and I laughed to myself, for I thought of a plan. I flashed him a grin and jumped in the air. The next thing he knew, he was tied to the chair. He spoke not a word, but looked in his lap, where I'd laid my needles and yarn for a cap. He quickly began knitting, first one cap, then two. For the first time I thought I might really get through. He put heels on the stockings and toes on some socks, while I sat back drinking scotch on the rocks. So quickly, like magic, his needles they flew, that he was all finished by 1:45. He sprang for his sleigh when I let him go free, and over his shoulder he looked back at me, and I heard him exclaim as he sailed past the moon,
"Next year, start your knitting sometime around June."
I just love that poem.
So,
round it up.
I guess that's about it. So, me and my elf here, we got to get going because Christmas time is afoot. But we wanted to remind you that we still have Fuji Fight Like a Girl buttons in the shop. You can also get your free Wolf Farm video podcast button with any paid order at Wolf Farms. Just ask for that when you're checking out.
Yep.
Put that in the comments section. We just want to wish you guys all a very Merry Christmas. I guess we'll talk to you before New Year's.
Yeah.
But have a safe and happy holiday with your family. Hope the Santa treats you well. Hope you've been on the naughty list. I mean the nice list.
What?
Not the,
That's what you say to me.
oh yeah, sorry. That's my naughty elf there for you.
So I want to mention that you can give all your favorite podcasters an iTunes review. You know, that
gift for the holiday season.
For the holiday season. Yeah.
Just go on there and if you're enjoying them, just put a comment in there on iTunes and let other people know how much you enjoy it, so that they will know and take the time to watch us.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's about it.
I think, yeah, I believe so.
This is a quickie.
Yeah, I'm sweating to death, so let's wrap this up.
So until next time.
Let's get crooking and
hatch
hatch and knit. Bye, y'all. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.